Hello guys, welcome to Ramta Solutions. Welcome to your questions and answers on your present value annuities. We're going to have about 7 to 8 questions which you can use to help you pass this topic. Okay, without any waste of time, let's get into it. The first question that we're looking at says, how much did Belinda borrow from a bank if she repays the loan by means of equal monthly payment? I want you to note this, equal monthly payment. So that's an annuity of 3,500. Okay, so this means our installment is 3,500 starting in 1 month's time. Okay, the interest is 14% per annum compounded monthly, and the duration of the loan is 10 years. Ideally, number of months, I'm not going to say number of years or I'm going to say number of months. Okay, in 10 years, what you expect, you have 10 times 12, which is 120 months. Okay, now let's begin by perhaps drawing a simple timeline, T0, T1, T2, T3, T, and so on. Let's say T1 18, T1 19, and T1 20, and then T1 20. So there is this amount that we need to calculate that Belinda borrowed from the bank. It's here. And then they say she starts making payment in 1 month's time. So this is 1 month time. So it starts here, 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 and here. This is when she's investing, right? So as you can see here, what we know is that one, this P is unknown and this X is 3,500 rands, right? And then this N, because she's making payment in 1 month's time, so it's basically going to be equal to the number of installments will basically be equal to the number of months, right? I am careful of this situation. This is why I want you to not make a mistake. I said months, and then we have, let's see, the last installment is in month 120, the first is in month 1. So obviously, she is making 120 minus 1 plus 1, or in simple terms, this is simply 120. Remember, we said this N is the number of installments, okay? Yes, you can say it's the number of months, but be careful, it's the number of installments. Sometimes installments are delayed, so you need to be careful as to how you use this N. Okay, our interest is 0.14 over 12. Now, the question is saying, we must calculate how much Belinda borrowed from the bank. So this is present value annuity. Everything is going to P. So we're going to say P equals X into 1 minus, open bracket, 1 plus I to the negative N, close bracket, all over I. Now, what is our X? Our X is 3,500. What is our I? 0.14 over 12. What is our N? Our N is 120, right? Number of installments is 120. And then what is our I? It's 0.14 over 12. Now, let's get our answer. We have, let's see, we have on our calculator. Okay, we have 3,500 into 1 minus into 1 plus 0.14 over 12, close to the power negative 120, close all over 0.14 over 0.1, over 12, sorry. So our answer is, let's see, our answer is Belinda basically borrowed 225,418 rand and 97 cents. Right? Belinda borrowed 225 rands 225,418 rands and 97 cents. This is the amount that Belinda borrowed. Okay, perfect. Now let's go to the next one. So the second question says, a property costs 1,800,000 rands. Okay, so calculate the monthly repayments. Interesting. So P equals 1,800,000 rands. Okay, and then monthly installments are unknown. Interest rate is, let's see, 14% per annum compounded monthly. So it's 0.14 over 12. And the loan must be paid off in 20 years. So the number of months, right? The number of months is 12 times 20. 12 times 20 must be, let's see, compounded monthly. 12 must be 240. Must be 240. All right, it must be 240. Okay, so this is your normal present value situation. So even if I don't draw a timeline, it's okay. Our N will simply be 240. So what we do here, we know the formula is P equals X into 1 minus into 1 plus I all over, sorry, close bracket to the power negative N close all over I. So what I like doing, it's up to you. You can substitute all together. It's totally up to you. You can substitute all together here, or you can make X subject of the formula. When you are like me, you will be saying, I'm going to do it step by step so I don't lose anyone, but I think it'll be easier to follow. This will be X equals Pi over 1 minus 1 plus I close bracket to the power negative N. Right? So with this being said, we are done. We have now made X subject of the formula. So we substitute. What is our P? The present value is 1,800,000 rands. Times, what is the interest? 0.14 over 12. And then 1 minus, open bracket, 1 plus 0.14 all over 12 to the power negative, this is equal to N, of course, to the power negative 240. So let's see. What do we have? 1,800,000 times 0.14 over 12 all over 1 minus 1 plus 0.14 over 12 to the power negative 240. Okay, now the monthly repayments are to be 22,383 rands and 37 cents. Okay, the monthly repayments will be 22,383 rands and 37 cents. Okay, all right. Moving on. Example number 3, question number 3 says, Stefan and Marna want to buy a flat that costs 1.2 million. Their parents offer to put down a 20% payment towards the cost of the house. They need to get a mortgage for the balance. What is the monthly repayment amount if the term of the loan is 30 years and the interest is 7.5% per annum? Okay, so what we need to know here is that P equals 1 minus 0.2 times, what is that money? 1 million. So let me just put it in bracket, 1.2 million. So it's 1,200,000. Okay, this is our P. What is it? So 0.8 of 1,200,000. It's 960,000. Okay, it's 960,000. It's 960,000. 6,000 rand. Okay, now this is the P. So this is the loan that they need. So we calculating the monthly repayment. It's okay. Now the number of months according to this information is 12 times 30. So 12 times 30 must be 12 times 3 is 360. Must be 36. So this is 360. So this is 360. By the way, because it's a usual situation, I will call it N. Okay? I will call it N. And the interest, as you can see, it's 7.5 per annum, compounded monthly. All right. Perfect. Now, we are going to say, when we want to find our answer, we will say P, or when we want to find our monthly repayment, we say P equals X into 1 minus into 1 plus I close to the power negative N, and then close all over I. So this is like the previous example. I'm going to make X subject of the formula. X equals PI, right, over 1 minus into 1 plus I to the close bracket to the power negative N. What is P? We said P is 960,000 rand. What is I? It's 7.5%. So 7.5% is equivalent to 0.075. And it's monthly, so I'm going to divide it by 12. 1 minus 1 plus 0.075 over 12 close to the power negative 360. So let's see. So we have 960 on our calculator. Let's see what it returns. Times 0.075 over 12, 1 minus, open bracket, 1 plus 0.075 over 12 to the power negative 360. So our answer is 6,712 rands and 46 cents. So Stefan and Marna need to pay 6,712 rands and 46 cents every month towards this loan for 30 years. Okay, for 30 years. All right, perfect. Moving on, we go into the fourth question. Now, interesting. Let's see. The fourth question says, Brenda takes out a 20-year loan, underline 20 here, 20-year loan of 400,000 rands. Okay. She repays the loan by means of equal monthly payments. That means annuity, starting 1 month after the granting of the loan. So it's a normal loan situation that we know, where before the there's a P before the first payment. Let me go back to it. You see, there's P before the first payment. So P is a term before the first payment. So it's a normal situation. Okay. So even if I don't draw a timeline for this, it's okay. But I think I should draw a timeline for this. Yes, let me draw a timeline for this. So let's see. So this is basically, we said not N, be careful. Number of months, yes, number of months, because interest is quoted per month. Number of months is 20 times 12, which we said was 240, and then P is 400,000 rands. All right, P is 400,000 rands, and then interest is 0.18 over 12. So our timeline would be like this: T0, T1, T2, T3, let me say T4, and so on. I'm going to say T2, 37, 238, 239, and lastly 240. okay? And lastly, 240. So this is when the loan was granted, and then she makes payment a month after the loan has been granted. So it's going to be excess, okay? Let's say this is the interest, okay? So as we can see here, the number of payments are 240 minus 1 plus 1. It's basically 240, right? The number of installments are 240 installments. So the first question says calculate the monthly repayment. So I'm going to the next page. I'm hoping everyone took this out. Remember, you don't have to draw to write the whole statement. You can just extract your data like I did here, and then that's it. The first question says calculate the monthly repayment. So when they say calculate the monthly repayment, 4.1, going to say P equals X into 1 minus into 1 plus I, close to the power negative n, close all over I. We are looking for X, so we're going to say X equals Pi over 1 minus 1 plus I to the power negative n. So what is P? I think it was 400,000. Yes. What is the interest? It's 18% per annum compounded monthly. So it's 0.18 over 12 all over 1 minus 1 plus 0.18 over 12 to the power negative, was it 240? Yes, to the power negative 240. To the power negative 240. Now let's get our answer. Our answer will be, let's see, what does my calculator return? My calculator shows, let me see, it shows 40,000 or 400,000, it's not 40,000, 400,000 times 0.18 over 12 all over 1 minus open 1 plus 0.18 over 12 close to the power negative 240, right? So our answer is, let's see, our answer is 6,173 rands and 25 cents. Remember, your answers are directed to decimal places unless stated otherwise. So of course, our money, we like saying we pay to the nearest range, but for the sake of the exam, it'll be correct to 2 decimal places unless stated otherwise. So here's our answer, 6,173 rands and 25 cents. Okay, perfect. Moving on. Question 4.2. They say calculate the amount owed after the third payment was made. In the video on present value annuity, we said there are 2 ways that you can do this. We can say our N is the month of the last payment is 240. All right, it's 240. And the time that they mentioned is what? Third payment, it's 3. So it can be 230 minus 3. So I will say balance. Okay, I will say balance is X into 1 minus into 1 plus I to the negative n all over I. And this is, it was 6,173 rands and 25 cents. This is the answer we got. All right, this is the answer we got here. Into what? Into, oh, by the way, this is 237, okay? Into 1 minus 1 plus 0.18 over 12 to the power negative 237 all over 0.18 over 12. All right. So for those that are still confused as to how I'm getting the remaining number of installments, I said when you use this formula, a tip is to use the actual last, or rather the expected last payment minus the payment that's given on the question. This is information that I gave you in the video on present value annuity. Okay, so if the question had said calculate the balance after the fifth payment, instead of 3 you're gonna write 5, so it was gonna be 240 minus 5. Okay, and you do remember that you also have that other formula of the balance, which I don't like using. I like this one. Okay, but it's also okay. One reason I don't like using that other balance for formula, it's because it's long for me, so I prefer this one. It's easy, it saves time, right? Okay, so what is our answer? Let's see. So we said the number of installments, it's 237. So let's see, 6173 comma no, okay, 6173,25 into 1 minus into 1 plus 0.18 over 12 to the negative 237 and close over 0.18 over 12. What is our answer? So the balance now is 399,472 rand and 68 cents. Please confirm it, guys. 399,472 rand and 68 cents. Okay, so this is the balance after the third payment. Okay, this is the balance after the third payment. For those that use that formula of A minus F, your balance will only differ with the cents and it'll still be okay. All right, I'm not going to use that formula. I'm sticking to this one. Okay, all right, so we are done with this one. Remember, we said this is 399,472 rand and 68 cents. Now, let's see what the third question is saying. So the third question is saying to us, due to financial difficulty, Brenda misses the 4th, 5th, and 6th payments. Calculate her increased monthly payment, which comes into effect from the 7th payment onwards. I'm going to draw a timeline for this, and I'm going to show you what it means for us. So this is 4.3. We had T0, T1, T2, T3, T4, T5, T6, T7, T8, T9. Then we leave it here. And then say T237, 238. 238 would work. T239 and then T240. I believe we were 240s, right? Yes, we are 240s. Now, I'll be back. Now, you remember that there's an amount that Brenda took. I'm not going to consider it now, but they say that she experienced difficulties which made her miss the 4th, 5th, and 6th payment. Now, because she wants to settle this loan in this period after 214 months, she decides to increase her monthly repayment. These are what we are now calculating. Allow me to now call them maybe Y. Even if you call them X, it's okay. Okay, so we have Brenda's whatever balance she had at T3. Where is it? At T3, there was an amount here that we calculated, right? There's an amount that we calculated at T3. But they say she missed the 4th, 5th, and 6th payment. I'm going to show you now. She missed the 4th, fifth, and sixth payment began making payments when? On the 7th, 8th, and so on. All right? And so on. Right? So now this is where you see delayed payments. So what is happening? As you can see, what we normally expect the loan amount to be here. So we just want this gap, at least a 1 month gap. We don't want 1, 2, 3. We don't want a 4 months gap. We want a 1 month gap. So what you know is this. You know the formula. P equals X into 1 minus, let me take it to the left, to the further left. P equals X into 1 plus, no, 1 minus, not 1 plus, 1 minus 1 plus I to the negative n close all over I. All right? So this P, we can't really use this P, which is the balance at after the third payment. We can't really use it as yet, right? Because it doesn't look like the normal situation of your present value annuity. So what do? What we do normally is we drag this P to this point here. And what do I mean by that? This P will now be that 4,399,572.67. But it gains interest for how many months? 1, 2, 3. So basically, the new P will be this old P, which gained interest for 1, 2, 3 months. Okay? For 3 months. Okay? So remember, this one was 399,472 rands and 68 cents. Right? You remember? Right? You remember, this was our P. So basically, this is the P that we're going to use, not the P that Brenda borrowed from the bank, not the P that you get in here or the balance that you get in here, but it is the balance that you get here. Okay? All right. So I'm coming back to this. So this will be, as usual, we are looking for X. It will be X equals PI over 1 minus 1 plus I to the power negative n. So in your exam, what they normally do, before they ask you to calculate the new monthly installment, okay, before they ask you to calculate the new monthly installment, they will ask you to calculate the balance owing at this period. Okay, they will ask you to calculate the balance owing at this period, and that balance is this one here. Okay, I didn't want to give the value. But if you like, you can give the value. It's okay. All right, but maybe let me just give you the value. So 399,472.68 multiplied by 1 plus 0.18 all over 12 all to the power 3. And this would be, I'm not going to round it off as yet because it's in the middle of a calculation. So it's going to be 417,719 rands and, okay, let me just write 9429. Okay, let me just write it as 9429. Okay, if you like. Now, we have this P that we need, the one that should be here. We have now dragged it to T6, which is now, this is how much is owed at T6. Okay, this is how much is owed at T6. Now, you then ask yourself, how many installments will Brenda make? The number of installments that Brenda has to make, are, I want you to look at it. Okay, it's going to be messy, but it's okay. The number of installments that she has to make are, the last month is 240th month, and the month that she's making this new installment is the 7th month plus 1. What is this? This looks like it is 234. Yes, this looks like it's 234. So she will make 234 payments of this new value. Now we can find our X. Okay, now we can find our X. What is our P? 417,719,9429. It was 9429. Okay, it was 9429. Okay, multiplied by 0.18 over 12 all over 1 minus 1 plus 0.18 over 12, 0.18 over 12 to the power negative 234. Let's get the answer. So the answer on a calculator for 177, let me see. Okay, I'll just use the answer function multiplied by 0.18 over 12 over 1 minus open 1 plus 0.18 over 12 close to the power negative 234 to the power negative 234. Now Brenda now has to pay 6,464 and 16 cents per month. Okay. In order for her to be able to settle the loan after 240 months and having missed the 4th, 5th, and 6th payment, she can increase her monthly repayments to 6,464 and 16 cents. Okay. Remember, guys, normally this question will ask you to calculate the balance owing at T6. Now, when they ask you to calculate the balance owing at T6, it's a normal delayed payments situation. You look at the money or the balance or the loan amount at whatever period, and then you raise it to a term before the first installment. In this case, it is no payments were made for 3 months, hence this is to the power 3. If it was no payments made for 2 months, it was going to be 2. If it's 5, it was going to be 5, and so on. Okay, so this is how you answer this question. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to put your comment in the comment section, okay? Or alternatively, you can WhatsApp us and we will come back to you. Okay, perfect. Now, coming to the 5th example. Oh, Brother Ernest. At least you are not Brother Bennett. Now, looking at Brother Ernest, so Ernest, let's look at his case. Ernest takes out a 20-year loan of 250,000 rands. He repays the loan by means of equal monthly payments starting 4 months after the granting of the loan. The interest rate is 21% per annum compounded monthly. So check this out. The number of months. Now this is where you will appreciate why I emphasize number of months or quarters and so on. Here the number of months is 20 times 12, which is 240. We also know that he took out a 250,000 rands loan. Okay, his interest, the interest charged is 21%. 21% is 0.21 per annum compounded monthly. So it's going to be 0.21 divided by 12. Okay, so the question says calculate the amount owing 3 months after the loan was taken out by Ernest, and then hence calculate the monthly repayment. Relax. Get first thing first. Timeline. T0. He missed the first, let's see, starting 4 months after the granting of the loan. Okay, perfect. So it's T0, T1, T2, T3, T4, T5, T6, and so on. T237, T238, T239, T240. Okay? Now we have, let's see what we have. Now, let's see. So he took out his loan amount, P here, and then he's not paying at the end of the first month. He's not paying at the end of the second. He's not paying at the end of the third. He's paying at the end of the fourth, and so on. Okay? So on. I hope you guys now see the situation. Okay? Remember, when it's like this, it's a bit difficult for us to really use the annuity formula. So hence we must drag this P2 here, right? Remember, he started making payments on the fourth month, right? Meaning he missed 3 payments. So this is basically continuation of the previous question. Okay? Now let's answer the questions. Calculate the amount owing 3 months after the loan was taken out by Ernest. So we're basically looking at this. Okay, so the amount owing will be the interest that this loan ends because he's not making any payments. We're simply going to say 5.1. We are simply going to say balance is equal to P into 1 plus I to the n. Right? Now, what is our P? It was 250,000. All right, 250,000 rands. All right? What is the interest? It was 0.21 over 12. Okay, 0.21 over 12. And balance owing after 3 months. So it'll be 3. Now, let's see. Take out your calculators and let's see. 1 plus 0.21 over 12. There. 3. So, how much is he owing? He's owing 263,356 rand and 3 cents. Okay? Were we given any instruction? Okay, no. So he's owing 263,356 rand and 3 cents. This is his balance at this period. Now, having done this, we can now use the present value annuity formula the way that we know. Okay, the way that we know. So let's see what the second question says. 5.2 says, hence, calculate a monthly repayment. Okay. Calculate the monthly repayment. Now let's look at the number of installments. The final installment is made on the 240th month. When is the first installment made? On the 4th month, right? On the 4th month, plus 1, of course. So what is this? This is basically 237. So he will make 237 installments. Do you see that? He will make 237 installments. Now, the question is saying we must calculate his monthly repayments. So cool. We will say, we know P equals X into 1 minus into 1 plus I close to the power negative n close all over I. Because you're looking for X, I'm making X subject of the formula. I will say X equals Pi all over 1 minus 1 plus I to the power negative n. Now I can substitute everything as is. What is that amount that he owes at T3? He owes 263,000 something. Okay, here is it. 263,356 rands and 3 cents. Oh yes, and 3 cents. Multiplied by the interest. It was 21% per annum compounded monthly. 0.21 over 12. 1 minus 1 plus 0.21 over 12 to the power negative 2 2,237. All right, let's see now. 263,365,03 multiplied by 0.21 over 12 all over 1 minus open bracket 1 plus 0.21 over 12 to the power negative 237. My calculator returns 4,685 rands and 48 cents. Right? My calculator returns 4,685 rands and 48 cents. Okay. So remember, guys, why the emphasis I make on months or quarters. In 20 years, you have 240 quarters, but that is not always the case that you will make 240 payments. Okay, like the question showed, you didn't make Ernest didn't make 240 payments. He made 237 payments. Remember this formula: the last payment minus the first payment plus 1 will give you the number of installments that you need. Remember, last payment minus initial payment plus 1 will always give you the number of installments that you need. Okay? The sixth example, I think we have two to go, including this one. Yes, I think we have 2 to go, including this one. And it'll be very interesting. So let's see. They say Timothy buys furniture to the value of 10,000 rands. He borrows, let me just take it here. Maybe I should try a different color. P is 10,000 rands. He borrows money on 1st February 2010 from a bank that charges interest of 9%, 9.5%, 0.095 over 12, compounded monthly, right? So perfect. Timothy agrees to pay monthly installments of 450. So X is 450 rands. The agreement of the loan allows Timothy to start paying these equal monthly installments from 1 August 2020. From February to August. It must be August is the 8th month, February is the 2nd month. So it means he started paying on the 7th, on the 6th month. So he missed 5 payments, isn't it? Yes, he missed 5 payments, but we will see. All right. So let's see. Okay. We are not given anything much, so let's try our timeline. Our timeline will be number of months. We don't know as yet. Okay, we don't have the months as yet, but we know what we know is from February to August. So let's see. T0, T1, T2, T3, T4, T5, T6, T7, T8. I'm gonna stop here, but say it's continuing. I don't know to when. Okay, so he took out his loan here. This is, remember, this is 1st February or February 1, 2010. This is February and March 1, right? March 1, April 1, May 1, June 1, July 1, August 1. That's when he starts making his payments. Can you see that? Note, guys, this is 1 February, right? That's when he gets his loan, or that's when he borrows the money. And then this is 1 March, he's not making any payments. 1 April, he's not making any payments. 1 May, he's not making any payments. 1 June, he's not making any payments. 1 July, he's still not making any payments. 1 August, that's when he starts making payments. Right? Perfect. Now, the first question says, calculate the total amount owing to the bank on 1 July. Which one is 1 July? It's this one here, right? Because the first payment is made on 1 August. Okay? So 6.1. So 6.1, did they say, okay, total amount owing? So we'll say balance or amount owing, whichever you like. Let's just say amount owing because they used amount owing. So amount owing in 1 July is P into 1 plus I to the N. What is that P? What was his name? Okay, Timothy. He borrowed 10,000 and the interest charged was 0.095, okay? 0.095 a month. For how many months? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the power 5. Okay, to the power 5. Take out your calculator and tell us what you get. 10 grand into 1 plus 0.095 over 12 to the power 5. So, what Timothy owes in 1 July is 10,402 rands and 15 cents. Okay? The amount that he's owing in 1 July is 10,402 rands and 15 cents. Now, how many months will it take Timothy to pay back the loan? Right? How many months will it take Timothy to pay back the loan? With this one, we have to play with logarithms. I have to do it in 2 different ways. Okay, so let's see. So this will be going on. This will be 6.2. We know that P equals x into 1 minus 1 plus I to the power negative n all over I. Remember, guys, this n is the number of installments. It is not necessarily the duration of the loan. Okay? It is the number of installments. Now, we are looking for the months it will take to pay back the loan. Okay? Months it will take to pay back the loan. So you will see. So I can say this is, let me see, okay, this is PI x, right? PI over x equals 1 minus 1 plus I to the power negative n, right? And I can say this is 1 plus I to the power negative n equals 1 minus PI over x. Let's substitute. We'll say this is 1 plus 0.095 over 12 to the power negative n. It's not 12 to the power negative n. Let me fix it. All right, to the power negative n. Well, this is 1 minus, remember, we are not going to use the original P given. We're going to use the P that we got here, all right, which is the one we got in 6.1. Okay, what was it? It was 10,402 rands and 15 cents. Interest charged 0.095 over 12 all over. He's paying 450 rands per month. Okay, he's paying 450 rands per month. Okay, perfect. So let's see. 1 plus 0.095 over 12. Do we get? I'm not going to round off my answers as yet. Okay, I'm not going to round off my answers as yet. So this is 1,007916667 to the power negative n. Now this one here, what is it? The right hand side, where is it? The right hand side is 1 minus fraction 10,402 rands and 15 cents times 0.095 over 12 all over 450. What are we getting? Here I am getting 0.8169999213. Okay. So when you get here, you can use your logarithms however you like. So for those that are comfortable with this, log both sides. When you log both sides, you will have negative n log 1,007916667 equals log 0.8169999213. Then negative n equals, let's divide by negative log. N equals negative log 0.8169999213 over log 1,007916667. Press this on your calculator and see what you get. Let's try. Remember the negative, guys? Negative log 0.8169999213. By the way, even if you round it off to, you round these maybe off to 5 decimal places, it won't really affect you. Okay? To log 1,007916667. So what is our answer? So the answer that you are getting, you will get n equals 25.63, right? Which means n equals 26. However, check what the question was asking. These are the number of installments. Okay? These are the number of installments. Okay? So from here, you will make 26 payments. Now you have 26 and you have 26 plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? 26 plus 5. Therefore, remember what the question was asking. How many months will it take to pay back the loan? So, 26 plus 5 equals 31. Therefore, it will take, it'll take 31 months, all right? It'll take 31 months to pay back the loan. Okay? To pay back the loan. All right. Remember, this thing that we just calculated here, it's basically the number of payments. However, the loan was granted 5 months before, right? The loan was granted 5 months before the first payment. Therefore, in total, it'll take 31 months to pay back the loan. However, you have 5 months of grace, right? So, I was saying for those that do not like this procedure, you can use your logarithms like this. You can say on your calculator, you have a function that looks like this, right? It can be, you can use this one here. So from here, you can come here and say negative n equals log base 1,0079, let me say 792, and then this is log 0.817, no, 897, 817, yes, 817, because I see it's 999, so it's 817, right? So try it, check what it gives you. Where's mine? I have to use shift 1,00792 0.817. What are you getting? You're getting, when you look at it, negative n equals negative 25.62. Can you see? This is 62. This is 63. Why? Because you have rounded off. Can you see that? But this is basically n is equal to 26. Therefore, you can now go this route. Right? You can now go this route. So it's up to you which one you prefer. If you prefer this one, go for it. If you prefer this one, go for it. Remember, I do not really encourage you to round off in the middle of calculations, but it's not going to be bad to round off to maybe 5 decimal places. Okay? Okay, guys. So this is how much it'll take to pay back the loan. I hope you understood the explanation. Now, let's look at the next question. They say, what is the balance of the loan after the 25th payment? What is the balance of the loan after the 25th payment? All right, let's get into it. For this one, when you have delayed payments, I prefer to use that formula that I do not like. So it is 6.3. I prefer to use that formula that I do not like. So balance equals what? Equals P into 1 plus I to the what? To the N minus X into 1 plus I to the N minus 1 all over Y. So now this N that you are given here, you need to be careful. They say, let's go back to the question. They say after the 25th payment, right? After the 25th payment, for the annuities, the 25th payment will make sense, all right? For the annuities, the 25th payment will make sense, isn't it? Isn't it? Yes, it'll make sense. But even for the loan amount, it'll still make sense, all right? Will it make sense? Okay, let's see. So now, what are we looking at? Now, be careful. I'm not going to use this amount here. I'm going to use that amount that I calculated here. Okay, I'm going to use that amount that I calculated here. However, even if I use this one, it'll still be okay. I will need to add 5 to it. Okay, I'm going to show you now. Let's go. So I'm saying, they say balance of the loan after the 25th payment. So I'm going to take this amount, okay, which is the one I highlighted here. Okay, now let's see. I want to, let me write them in a smaller font, or maybe, yeah. So this will be, what was the amount? The amount was 10,402 rand and how many cents? Was it 15? I'm not sure. Okay, 15 cents. 15 cents into 1 plus 0.095 all over 12 to the power. They said after 25 payments, after the 25th payment, so it'll be to the 25 minus 450 rands. I still remember it. 1 plus 0.095 all over 12. How many installments? 25 minus 1 all over 0.095 all over 12. I forgot the equal sign. What is this now? Let's see. 10,402,15 into 1 plus 0.095 over 12 to the power 25. So I'm not going to round it off as yet. So this is 12,668 rands and okay, 89621. I'm not rounding it off. Minus, even though it's not going to affect it much, but I'm not going to round it off. So I'm going to focus on this part here. 450 into 1 plus 0.095 over 12 to the power 25 minus 1 all over 0.095 over 12. Now what do we have? We have 12,386.53,806. Now what is our answer? Let's see, previous answer minus answer. what do we have? Our answer is simply 282 rand and 36 cents. That is the balance after the 25th payment. Remember, he is making 26 payments. Now check, he was making 450 payments of 450 rand. But it looks like, I don't know if for the 26th payment he will really be making a 450 payment. I don't think so. It seems like the 26th payment will be less than 450. And this is why you're doing maths, and I'm going to show you this. So for those that are confused, I said I'm not going to use the 10,000s, but I can show you what happens when you use the 10,000s. Let's go back to the timeline. When you use the 10,000s, here is your 10,000s. Where is your 25th payment? Remember, he is making, let me add them. Let's say T28, T29, T30, T31. Remember, he is making 26 payments, right? He is making 26 payments, but it takes 31 months to pay back the loan, right? So obviously what we have is this one here, right? This one here is the 26th payment, while this is the 25th payment. In the video where we were introducing the topic, I had said to you, you can say it's the question, the end that's given plus the, what is this, plus the delayed payment. So you delayed until the 5th payment, but they say you must calculate the loan after the 25th payment. So what will you be saying? You'll be saying, oh, you have 5 plus 25. What is this? This is 30. Indeed, this is 30. Can you see it? Look at it. It is 30. The 30th month, that's when he is making the 25th payment, right? That's when he's making the 25th payment. In case you are not sure, let me show you. This 10,000 raised to the power 30. Let's see what it gives us. I'm going to show you now. Let's see. 10,000 into 1 plus 0.095 to the power 12. All over 12 to the power 30. Let's see what it gives us. 10,000 into 0.095 over 12 to the power 30. What does it give us? I forgot one. Okay, 1. What does it give us? Check. It gives us 12,668 rands and 89. Check this out. 89,683. Look at it. Almost the same. Can you see that? So it's totally up to you as to which P you are using. But whichever P you are using, be careful. Okay, be careful. You can use this having used the initial loan amount, or you can use this which was the balance owing a term or a month before the first payment. All right, you can use this. Whichever you use, it's okay. All right, whichever you use, it's okay. So this is how you go about it. All right, this is how you go about it. Do not confuse them. Remember, the normal loan situation, your P must be a term before your first payment. This is what we used in our example here. Okay? If you like, you can also use this one, but I prefer you stick to this. Okay? Perfect. Now, let's see. The fourth question says, what is the final payment if it is made at the end of the month? What is the final payment if it is made at the end of the month? So, when we were deriving the future value annuity formula, we came to a situation where we said, how much do you need to pay for the first withdrawal? How much do you need to pay for the second withdrawal, and so on? This is exactly what we are doing. So what is happening now is this. We're going to say 6.4. I had said we got 31. They said the balance after the 25th payment is 262 rands and 36 cents. This will not, even if it gains interest, it will not be equal to 450, right? It will not be equal to 450. It won't, right? It won't. So what do we need? What we need is to consider, now go back to the timeline, to consider this timeline and say, okay, let me put my P here. Okay, I do see all these payments until the 30th are regular and equal, or rather they are equal. And by saying they are regular, I do have a feeling that it's something I know. So it's an annuity. But this one here doesn't look like the others. So what does it mean? It means you will pay equally this amount, but this will be different. Okay, I don't know what we should call it. Maybe we should call it Y. Okay, maybe we should call it Y. Okay, maybe we should call it Y. Okay, so check this out. I'm going to show you now. So we say, let last payment be Y. Okay, let last payment be Y. So what we know this formula, P equals X into 1 minus 1 plus I to the negative N all over I, plus this Y. When is it made? In the 31st month, right? In the 31st month. So it'll be 1 plus I to the power minus 31. Right? This is when you want to know how much you need to deposit for the 31st month. It'll be like this. If you're not sure, please go back to the video on present value annuity, where we help you derive the formula, and especially on the first case of Lissid. Okay? So now, this is for that money to be granted. This is what needs to happen. You will make regular payments of 450, but this amount will be less than that 450. Okay, and this is N because the duration is 31 months, isn't it? Is it 31? Is it? Okay. If we take it like this, we shouldn't take it to be 31. We will take it to be 26. Yes, we'll take it to be, I want to take it to be 26. Why 26? The reason why I'm saying 26 is because I want to take the P before the first payment. Where is it? I want to take the P before the first payment. If that's okay with you guys, I want to take the P before the first payment. Okay? Perfect. Let's go. All right. So we will say, what is it? It was the P before the first payment at T5, in other words. It was 10,402 rands and 15 cents. Let's confirm it. Yes, this was the amount owing on 1 July. It was 10,402 rands and 15 cents. Now, the monthly installments were 450, 0.095 over 12 to the power negative, to the power negative 25, to the power negative 25, plus Y into 1 plus 0.095 over 12 to the power negative 26, right, to the power negative 26, right? Perfect. Let's see. 450, oh boy, I forgot this part here, 0.095 over 12, my bad. 450 into 1 minus 1 plus 0.095 over 12, close to the power negative 25, to the power negative 25, okay, and over 0.095 over over 12. What is it? So this is 10,402,15 equals 10,170,31197 plus. I'm going to leave this one as it is. Let me see if let me try to simplify 0.095 over 12. Let me see. I want to check. I don't want to be working with a very big number. So okay, please hold. Be right there. Okay. Now I'm gonna let it be like this. I'm gonna let it be 1 plus 0.095 over 12 to the power negative 26. So 10,402,15 minus 110, 10,170,31197. What is our answer? We have 231,83803 equals y into 1 plus 0,095 over 12 to the power negative 26. Now, what is y? This answer divided by 1 plus 0.095 over 12 close to the power negative 26 is 284 rand and 59 cents. Okay? If someone got confused, how I got it is this: y equals 231,83803 all over 1 plus 0.095 all over 12 to the power negative 26. Okay? To the power negative 26. Okay. So this is the money that Timothy will have to pay at the end of the final payment that Timothy has to make. Can you see that it is smaller than 450? Can you see that? It is smaller than 450. So this is it, guys. And yep, we are heading somewhere. I know this is one question that you need to really pay attention to, right? This is one question that you really need to pay attention to. I've seen it being examined mostly in Gauteng and your Eastern Cape, especially Eastern Cape exam questions. I like them. Okay, so if you can master this, you are good to go. Okay, if you can master this, you are good to go. Please watch it over and over. Okay, please watch it over and over. All right, now let's look at, I believe this is the last question. Yes, this is the last question. So Roxanne borrows 200 rands from the bank. Let's see. She borrows 200,000 rands. She borrows 200,000 rands from the bank and repays the loan by means of monthly repayments of 7,000. Okay, starting 1 month after the granting of the loan. It's an easy one. Starting 1 month after the granting of the loan. Interest is fixed at 15% per annum compounded monthly. Okay, perfect. Now, let's see. How many payments of 7,000 will be made, and what will the final payment be? This question. Oh boy. But it's okay. It's okay, right? It's okay. How long is the savings period? How long is the savings period? I think this one should be the first question. So let's just do the 7.2 first. However, the timeline is like this: T0, T1, T2, T3, T4, and so on, because we don't know how long it takes, right? So she takes a loan here and starts paying it back a month later, right? And starts paying back a month later. So this is her. Now, we are going to begin with, right? We are going to begin with 7.2. I feel beginning with 7.2 makes perfect sense. I really feel like that. So let's just take it. So it makes sense. So let's go. So what we are going to say is, okay. We are going to say 7.2. It's a mistake. Let's say it was a mistake. How long is the savings period? Okay. So we're going to say this is P equals x into 1 minus 1 plus I to the negative n all over I. Now, we are looking at finding n. So this will be P I over x equals 1 minus 1 plus I to the negative n. There's this thing that I like doing before I answer questions. I like simplifying my formulae. All right, I like simplifying my formulae. And then when I get to this, I'm like, something that I can do. How about I use this formula here? Say negative n equals log base 1 plus 1 of what? Log 1 minus pi over x base 1 plus I. That is me. I like doing this because it helps me to just get the answer as expected, because I dislike rounding off. And by the way, it's okay as well. I do understand to get your mark for doing this. You will also get your mark for substituting even in this form. Okay? Proceeding. Negative n equals, before I proceed, if you don't like it this way, guys, do not hesitate to substitute immediately and make sure that you will eventually come to such a point. Okay? Do not hesitate to substitute from here. But if you're like me, you can go on like this. Okay? Good. So this is 1 plus 0.15 over 12. I believe it's 15%. Yes. Over 12. And then what do we have? We have 1 minus, what was the loan? It was 200,000. 200,000 times 0.15 over 12 all over the monthly installment. What was it? It was 7,000. 7,000. Right? It was 7,000. Okay. Let's take out our calculators and use that logarithmic function. 1 plus 0.0 or 1.015, sorry. 1 plus 0.15 over 12. And then 1 minus 200,000, I believe. 200,000 is times 0.15 over 12 all over 7,000. Not 70,000, 7,000. What is our answer? Okay, perfect. Our answer is negative n equals negative 35,567,07917. What this tells you, listen to me, what this tells you is that you will need an extra payment. You have 35 full 7,000 payments, but you will need an extra payment which will be less than 7,000. Okay, so we can therefore say, as you can see, negative n equals negative blah blah. N can never be negative, so dividing by n and rounding off, we will say n is 36. Right? N is 36 months. Okay? N is 36 months. Okay? N is 36 months. Okay? But in this situation, what is happening? You are making 7,000 payments. The 36th payment will be less than 7,000. This is why the question is saying how many payments of 7,000 will be made and what will the final payment be. So, okay. So let's answer that question. I didn't like the order. So we say 35 payments of 7,000 will be made. Right? Will be made. Now let's look for the final payment. Right? Let's look for the final payment. So we are sorted with the, remember I said this is 35, full 35 payments of 7,000. And then this remaining payment will be less than 7,000. This is what the question is asking us to find. So remember what I had said. I had said in this case, you are making your payment, which was, let's say now T33, T34, T35, and then T36. You're still making X, X, X. But then when you get here, you make a different one. When you get here, you make a different one, which is Y. We will calculate it, which is Y. Right? On the 36th payment will be different. Right? So cool. Let's go. We will say, okay. We will say P as it is. We know you to be like this. Right? We know you to be like this. Right? And buddy, you are 36, right? And can you see I'm saying to the power negative 36? This is when you want to know how much you need to invest to make the 36th payment. Because it's different to the rest, I put it as Y. Now, what is that loan amount that we took? The loan amount that we took was 200,000, right? It was 200,000. Do you still remember how many 7,000 payments were made? 35, all right? 35. 0.015 over 12 to the power negative 35 all over 0.15 over 12 plus y into 1 plus 0.15 over 12 to the power negative 36. So let's simplify. 7,000 into 1 minus into 1 plus 0.0 over 12 to the power negative 35 all over 0.15 over 12. What is this? So this is 197,000. Oh boy, what am I getting? Oh, I didn't use 7,000. I used 70,000. 197,455 rands. And okay, let me not run it off as yet. 0075 plus. Let me see if this will be at decimal points I can work with. I'm not sure, but let me see. 1 plus 0.15 over 12. I don't think it'll be one that I can work with. Yeah, because it's a decimal. It's a decimal, so it wouldn't work. So I'm going to leave it as 1 plus 0.15 over 12 all to the power negative 36. Okay? So let's look at this. 200,000 minus this guy here. What do we have? Okay, let me go to the next page. 200,000 minus this guy here. What do we have? We have 200,544,99248 equals y into 1 plus 0.15 over 12 to the power negative 36. Therefore, y equals this answer divided by 1 plus 0.15 over 12, right, to the power negative 36. What is it? This is 3,980 rands and 23 cents. Okay, 3,980 rands and 23 cents. As you can see, it is less than 7,000, right? It is less than 7,000. Okay, so this is it, and this is how you look at future value annuities. Okay, guys, so remember, these questions are going to help you a great deal. So with that being said, it's a wrap, and I will see you next time. So, bye.